This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome everyone to Huntington, West Virginia, Jones C. Edwards Stadium, home of the Marshall Thundering Herd. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Ohio Bobcats, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Bobcats will boot it away to start the game. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Marshall's offense will go to work first. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Marshall comes to the line facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
They kick it away on fourth down. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Bobcats offense will have its first possession of the game. Looking to throw, it's Navarro. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
That's a miss as an OC. He's coming to the sidelines and listen, that's not a great throw. We got to take something off of it. But we also can't miss inside. So it's a tough dynamic when you're throwing that out route. But either way, quarterback, wide receiver, they have to do a better job being on the same page.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
The Bobcats decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Across the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, More big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run. And the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Allen. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Marshall now lines up trying to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Here comes the heat. Unleashes to the end zone. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. That's caught. It's Hendricks. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
And the Bobcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give out of the gun. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal. You bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Flips it out on the screen. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Lacey. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Norton. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. I don't think he was the primary receiver on the play, but when you get that open, you become the primary target.
You ain't lying. And a great job. Credit to the quarterback seeing it, because you have your primary guy you want to go to first. He sees him wide open, delivers the strike. That's the guy you should hit, the guy that's open. Don't get hung up on that first guy all the time.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
Caught in the backfield, it's Norton. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
Third down, I got this. I'll take this myself. He makes the read quickly. He calls his number. He has confidence in himself. Goes and gets the first down.
Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Back's looking for the goal line. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. A quick pass to the left. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds and complete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Navarro. Going over the top. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
Snagged in the middle. It's Norton. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the 1st quarter comes to a close. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's got it on the right. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Navarro. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this third down from deep in your own territory. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Marshall takes over the ball. The thundering herd offense coming out. Handoff from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Got the first down and more. Oh, a lot of space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Marshall!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
So now it's second and long. Got a man, it's Hendricks. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Bobcats come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. And the Bobcats line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. And that one's incomplete. backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And that time, the defense dialed up a free safety blitz. They were able to get an extra number in the pass rush. Offensive line, running backs, they couldn't account for it. And that free safety able to get to the quarterback.
Marshall will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Looking to pass. It's Navarro. Makes the grab. It's Jordan.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Bobcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Harris. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
And the Bobcats line it up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Navarro. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Ohio! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, it's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football, and this guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right there.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Powers through the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Catch in the middle. It's Roberts. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Marshall will be forced to punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Back to pass, it's Navarro. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball was not picked. You have to be so careful. If you're throwing the perimeter of the field into double coverage, you better be sure your guy's open, and you better be sure it's an accurate throw. Lucky that one wasn't a pick 6.
The Bobcats will call on their punt team. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Makes the catch at the 30. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. He had plenty of leg and kept it just straight enough to use that right upright to get it through. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the 1st half. He already has a sack and gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Navarro. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Bobcats will line up to punt it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. On the run, it's Allen. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. With the catch, it's Norton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyways, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
They'll move the wide receiver. The play action fake. Pressure's there and he lets it go. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Marshall will be forced to punt.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Navarro using the quick game. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm. Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
The Bobcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. Sweet cut there. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he was able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive game.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Hendricks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a man. It's Navarro. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. Spins away from the defender. Gets away from one, finds room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
And the Bobcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Might as well give it to him again. Nice move there. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
From the gun, give on the inside. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football, great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
They'll go to the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll line it up from the right side. A 37-yarder coming up. Splits the uprights. It's good. The lead is down to a field goal.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Creates a little space. Gets it past the marker.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield. It's Norton. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. It's a draw. Makes a man miss. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. The throw. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. On the option. Quick toss. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Navarro. Pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Bobcats will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys to use their speed against them.
They try to pop a run on the draw. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots, and they're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Norton. He's going to come out just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th down from the 43.
4th down coming up.
Marshall will be forced to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Navarro. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Bobcats will punt this one away. No fair catches here, looking for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Grabbed in the middle. It's Payne. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Thundering Herd faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And the timing just a hair off.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Marshall will be forced to punt. What a great job on that kick, bouncing it out of bounds inside the 10. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off play action. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Navarro. Unloads to the wideout. And the 3rd down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense.
What a great job by the defense, forcing a 3 and out. Beautiful job in coverage there. This is going to set up a punt and get them the football back in great field position.
The Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Going to swing it on second down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
When I'm a quarterback and I see zone and I see my guy curl up real quick, I got to hum it. And he threw that thing with some revolutions, with some velocity right to his receiver so he could make the catch.
Marshall will be forced to punt. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Scanning the field, it's Navarro. Unloads it left. Finds his man, it's Hendricks. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, it's Navarro. Caught over the middle, it's Jordan. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
And the Bobcats are rolling down the field. The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And he's snowed under.
And this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm. To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football game. They got to do a better job of protecting the guy.
chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Safe completion on the screen. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won 3rd down and forced him on 4th down.
Punt is on its way. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They're setting up the screen. Quick spin on the run. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Caught behind the line. It's Allen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Marshall will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Got it behind the line. It's Jordan. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, this is where you really hang your hat on your defense. You got to lead late in the game. Offense just punted because they trust you. They can put you out there to get a stop. When you have the lead, get the ball back to the offense. Let's see if this defense can come up clutch.
Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the edge with the jet sweep. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
The Bobcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run the option. Shakes off the defender. Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea. of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And the Bobcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run play action. Rush is on him. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Navarro. Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
The Bobcats send out the punt unit. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. The running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the...
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Norton. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Marshall will be forced to punt.
On to kick it away.
Let's see what he can do with it. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to throw. It's Navarro. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Bobcats. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
They'll try to tack on an extra point here deep in the game. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth.
Ohio 17, Marshall 13.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Grabbed behind the line. It's Roberts. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27.
Well, bad news, he didn't get the first down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have one timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. He would love to have picked up the 1st down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
And that could save the game, because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle, I get very predictable. So great job getting out of bounds.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Here's the pressure. They get to him as he throws. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give as they work on that clock. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. The give to the back. He has the 1st and still on his feet. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Line gets set, 1st down. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.